Why does Santa have 3 gardens? So he can go ho, ho, ho. Now let's take a look at the new releases coming out this week. Hello and welcome to Parents Guide to Games. My name is Stefan. You please like, share, and subscribe. Here the game's going to go December 13th, 2022.
The first game on the list is Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. This is coming on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The rating is teen. Content descriptions, blood, and violence. This is an action role-playing game in which players follow the adventures of Zack Fair, a Special Forces member trying to uncover a plot and save a fantasy world. From a third-person perspective, players explore various environments and towns while battling enemies in melee combat and occasional ranged combat. Players use oversized swords and in one mission, sniper rifles to kill enemy guards and fantasy creatures. One sequence depicts a character attacked by soldiers, a cutscene depicting the aftermath showing corpses lying in pools of blood and with blood splattered on faces, clothing, and weapons. A handful of other cutscenes depict characters impaled by swords. The next game on our list is Neon White. It's got on PlayStation 5. The rating is teen. The content descriptions: fantasy violence, language, mild blood, non-suggestive themes, and use of tobacco. This is an action game in which players assume the role of an assassin on a mission to defeat demons. From a first-person perspective, players traverse platform environments and attempt to exterminate numerous demons. Players use soul cards to provide weapons and special abilities to kill demons. Combat is highlighted by gunfire and sword-slashing effects. Black and white still images depict additional acts of violence and blood. A wounded woman with a blood-stained shirt killed off-screen, a man shot off-screen and then shown with blood on his chest. The game contains some suggestive material, characters designed with revealing outfits and or jiggling breasts, a still image of characters pressing against a man's waist. With text reading, "There's something exhilarating about this, that hint of danger, your hot breath on the back of my neck." Reoccurring cat character is depicted smoking a cigar. Swear words are heard in the game. Now let's take a look at The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. This comes on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. The rating is mature. Content descriptions: blood and gore, intense violence, nudity, strong language, strong sexual content, and use of alcohol. This is an open-world role-playing game in which players assume the role of Geralt, a monster hunter in search of missing women. Players explore a war-ravaged world while completing quests and killing enemy soldiers and fantasy creatures. Characters engage in melee-style combat using swords and other bladed weapons, as well as magic attacks. Combat is highlighted by screams of pain and impact sounds. Large blood splatter effects occur when enemies are slashed, with some attacks resulting in decapitation or dismemberment. Some cutscenes depict slow-motion decapitations and gore, an autopsy of a tortured victim, rooms with several corpses. During the course of the game, the central character can engage in sexual activity with prostitutes and female companions. These brief sequences depict female breasts and buttocks. Sexual moaning sounds can be heard. Though the camera cuts away from the explicit sexual acts, the game includes a side quest in which Geralt engages in a drinking game. Characters are depicted drunk and or passed out. Swear words can be heard in the dialogue. And the last game on today's list with the full description is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This is coming on Nintendo Switch. The rating is mature. Content descriptions: blood and gore, intense violence, and strong language. This is a survival horror game in which players assume the role of a man searching for a missing person inside a mansion. From a first-person's perspective, players explore the environment and use pistols, shotguns, flamethrowers, and explosives, and chainsaws to kill mutilated creatures. Combat is accompanied by realistic gunfire, screams of pain, and exaggerated blood splatter effects. As players progress through the story, cutscenes can depict instances of gore and intense acts of violence. A character's arm dismembered by a chainsaw, a man's leg taken off at the knee with a shovel, a character impaled to the face with a shovel. Some areas are also depict mutilated corpses and exposed organs, and swear words are heard in the dialogue. And the rest of the game on today's list are also coming out, but no information was available.
Thank you to bensound.com for the music track. Please follow Parents Guide to Games on YouTube at Parents Guide to Games, on Facebook at Parents Guide to Games, on Twitter at ParentsG2G, and email any questions or concerns at parentsg2g@gmail.com. And always, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.